Hello everybody and welcome back to Lost Judgment. So here's what the deal was. Yesterday I could have been recording, but I didn't because Winston was supposed to get a PS5 yesterday because his PS4 is dead. And well, that didn't happen because we actually believe that FedEx stole the PS5 and GameStop said, your package is missing, we're sending you another one. This time we have confirmation that FedEx got it. So now we have to wait for tomorrow, but here's the problem. Tomorrow, Winston won't be home. And so, today we found out that it was stolen, so it won't be sent but tomorrow. Today, we are waiting for the day after tomorrow because Winston won't be home tomorrow. So I'm recording today because I literally have nothing else to do. I wasn't going to record if Winston got his PS5 today because I was going to help him set it up, but that's not happening. So I am now waiting for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, because Winston has a lot of stuff he needs to do. He will only be able to receive the PS5 tomorrow but not set it up. He doesn't even know he's getting a PS5. He thinks he's getting parts to fix his PS4. But anyway, I gotta do something because otherwise I have nothing to do. So, let's continue the robotics club thing, even though I kinda don't. Robotics club boring. Okay, all done. Seems like Sakura-kun's on a roll.
I suppose.
Sakura's been improving, considerably so. He's doing pretty well, to be honest.
Sakura-senpai!
I've been enjoying my work so much lately. I've gradually picked up new things. This is the first time I've ever had so much fun programming. That's so, huh?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best. I need Dakota. Seems like she's really softened up lately. I hope she'll start going to class like this. I'm a soul. Man, now I gotta come back. What could it be, I wonder? Guess I'll pop over to the MRC later. How did we even level up anything just by walking in there? So now we need to go there, and then there's... Oh, right. First, the Amasawa family heirloom. So she's lost something herself this time, it seems. Whoa! Crap. I gotta go around. I guess I could try making some progress on the biking thing, but to be honest, I really don't want to touch it. I guess they're focusing the MRC thing. They're focusing the robotics club first, apparently. Amasawa, what's up? What do you want to talk about?
Well,
I actually started looking into the robotics club incident on my own, and there were two things I was able to find out. One that I wish I would stop yawning. One concerns the robotics club sponsor, and the other sheds light on Okitagawa-kun's past. So she found something out, huh? Let's see what she has to say. First, about the club sponsor. If I remember right, a shopping district from Okitagawa's area was funding them.
no.
Not quite. So about that, I went and inquired with the shopping district from Okitagawa's area.
Well,
Apparently, they had ended their sponsorship 2 months ago. They ended it.
yes.
Yes. After receiving an unexpected budget increase request, they decided they could no longer pay.
Nope.
Wait, but how does that add up? The robotics club still has a ton of funding. And no high school student could afford that with just part-time work. If the sponsor dropped out, where's Okitagawa's getting the money?
Excuse me.
Yakumi-san, the thieving robot incidents are said to have cost over 1 million yen in damages.
If I were to guess...
What if some of that is being used to fund the robotics club?
No way.
Yes.
It If this conjecture is true, Okitagawa-kun is stepping into some seriously dangerous territory. In any case, it's still possible the professor and thugs are behind these incidents. Okitagawa working with the professor? There's just no way.
Amasawa.
What did you learn about Okitagawa's past?
Well,
As a matter of fact, at his previous high school, Okitagawa-kun entered a robot contest and made it all the way to the finals. What? The finals? That's news to me.
Hey.
Do all the Serial Robotics Club kids know that? I wonder if they do. Either way, there are some things Okitagawa-kun doesn't appear to want to talk about. Apparently, he split from the team just before the finals match. Why would he do something like that? Right as the match came up, he had to transfer schools due to his parents divorcing.
I see.
Ah, I see. It was quite sudden. It really ended up taking a toll on him. That's why Okitagawa was so dead set on winning the tournament.
Amasawa.
Thanks for the info, Amasawa. I'll keep my eyes and ears open.
yes.
Please do. I'm counting on you. Well, we know we can continue that. Anyway, you had something you wanted to talk about? This is gonna take a while. Yeah, sure thing. After all, I am the MRC's outside counselor.
Thank you very much.
So, this is about my classmate. Actually, I should go get him now. Be right back.
Yoroshiku.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hisayoshi Shimada, a second year. I'm Yagami, the MRC's advisor. Nice to meet you.
Hey.
So, what exactly do you need help with?
Well,
Yagami-san, do you believe in things like curses?
What was that?
I'm sorry, what?
well,
Just to preface, this case is going to sound either mysterious or ridiculous. Depending on your answer. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but please, you just have to believe me. Just tell me what's going on first. Then we'll see how it ranks with all the crazy things I've heard.
Hey.
Would you mind starting us off, Shimada-kun? So, it's about this lucky cat I have at home. A lucky cat? You mean one of those statues of a cat waving its paw? Or like an actual cat?
yes.
The former, yes. They're said to bring good fortune, so you can spot them in all sorts of businesses. There are quite a few kinds. Most of them are said to bring good luck, but black cats are supposed to ward off bad luck in particular. Didn't know they got that specific. The thing is, my lucky cat doesn't do any of that. It doesn't bring money or good luck. It just attracts tragedies. Tragedies? Ew, what is that fucker? Here, this is it. Looks pretty old. My dad bought it from an antique dealer of his. Usually they're really expensive, especially the pre-war ones like this. But my dad's friend warned him at the time, this cat brings more bad luck than good. Yeesh. So why'd your dad buy the thing if it's supposed to be a curse? He collects all sorts of rarities, especially the stuff with interesting stories. He goes nuts for those. Sounds like, an interesting guy. But yeah, a lucky cat that brings more bad luck than good? I admit that's an intriguing hook. And Yagami-san, the curse, or whatever it is, evidence is starting to pile up that make it seem real.
Well,
Ever since acquiring the statue, the Shimadas have been through one ordeal after another.
What was that?
Why do you say it like that? What was that? Like, some pretty scary stuff. My dad got a really high fever all of a sudden, and was touch and go for a bit. Our house caught on fire, too. Wow. Potential arson and serious illness? You were kidding. That's scary stuff. And my grades keep slipping up ever since Dad bought the thing. I never dropped below 10th place before this. Is that really the statue's fault, though? Well, you sure can't blame me for the ghost. One woke up my dad in the middle of the night, standing right there next to his bed. A ghost did. He was dressed like an old-timey soldier and totally pale, just stood there like he was at attention. But he kept moaning, "Give me back my cat. My dad thought he was dreaming, so he rolled over and went back to sleep.
Does that mean...
So, was it just a dream?
Yeah.
I don't know, but the next day, that's when he started feeling awful. It's like he had been cursed or something.
I see.
Well, that would be unsettling, even if it was just a string of coincidences. My dad's still not out of the woods now that he's healthy, either. He almost got run over by a car a couple days ago. It's still going on. This isn't really sounding like coincidence anymore. But I don't know what it could be. At this point, it's probably safe to consider further misfortune inevitable. That may help us determine the cause before any irreversible damage is done. I'm telling you, it's the cat!
Excuse me.
Here's a question. If you're so creeped out about it, why don't you just throw it out? It's my dad's. He refuses to get rid of it. He says the previous owner was this famous author who met his demise because of the statue.
What?
So the statue was cursed even back then. Yeah, my dad said the guy died when he hit his head on it.
Are you serious?
Oof, that is quite the story. Apparently his whole fan base is obsessed with the statue. That's why it's considered really valuable despite the curse. Who's the author, by the way? Well, Kitan Amasawa. He was a mystery novelist. And my grandfather.
Huh?
What? Your grandfather? Oh. And you said hitting his head on the statue. So, this was the actual cat that, you know...
Yes.
Well, if only this is truly the exact same statue my grandfather owned. So you don't know if this is the actual statue?
Well,
My grandfather has been missing ever since he passed away. About 7 years now. Shortly after he died, my grandmother pawned it off. She always thought it was rather creepy.
I see.
Can you tell this from the picture if it's the same one as your grandfather's? It's hard to tell from just a photo. This was also 7 years ago. I see. But I do remember that the cat was cursed even back then. My grandfather was somewhat of a rarities collector himself. He jumped at the chance of owning a one-of-a-kind unlucky cat. Kitan Amasawa was famous for his somewhat bizarre tales of mystery. I can definitely imagine him wanting a statue like this. My grandfather was quite taken with it. He bragged about it quite a bit when I was little. But I'm sure he never imagined his life ending because of an unlucky cat. A lucky cat took the life of Amasawa's grandfather 7 years ago. And now it's back, wreaking havoc for another family. Yagami-san, I'm not one to believe in the supernatural. All mysteries must be approached rationally, no matter how unusually they present themselves. That's what I firmly believe, because logic is always found at the true core of any mystery. Right.
that being said,
But that's also why my grandfather's unexplained death has stuck with me for the past 7 years. I assume the police ruled it was accidental, right? If that's the case, it's kind of sounds pretty explained. No, actually. On the night my grandfather passed away, I also experienced a strange event. One that has no rational explanation and can only be considered a supernatural phenomenon.
What?
What happened? I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to explain it. Let's just focus on finding out if this is actually the same cat or not
Gotcha.
first. Sure, we can do that. Rare for Amasawa did not have the words. But this couldn't be the actual statue that took her grandfather's life. I can see why it'd be so tough to talk about. Yagami-san, I am getting to the bottom of this case, one way or another. If something's causing all the tragedies around this cat, there's a good chance more will occur. I don't want anything as awful as what happened to my grandfather to happen to anyone in the Shimada family. Makes sense to me, after all. You're all about preventing incidents before they take place.
yes.
And not only that, this case is personal. Amasawa.
Yagami-san,
So Yagami-san, would you please help me get to the bottom
Yeah.
of this? Of course. MRC's advisors got your back.
thank you very much.
Well, to start with the investigation. First things first, I'd like to see the statue in
Yes.
person. Good idea. Shimada-kun, do you think your father would mind showing it to us? Oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah, I bet he'd be over the moon to have one of Kitanama-sama's descendants confirm the statue's the real deal. I'll give him a call. Stop yawning. He says, yeah, he'd love to meet you guys. In fact... Good to hear. Where should we meet him? I asked him to meet us at a cafe near the station. Baga. It'll be faster than getting him signed in the school's reception and everything. Is that okay? Yes, that's fine. I would have felt bad asking him to come all the way here anyway. Well, I'll make my way to the cafe now. Let's meet out front.
Yagami-san.
See you soon, Yagami-san. Oh, she's...
I'm coming with you!
Yeah, you are. Though why would you even say see you soon if you're still gonna follow me, though?
Oh, we're off then?
Yes, we're off. To the races.
Yagami-san! You're going too fast!
Well, that's just too bad. I don't know why they bother having to make them talk. Like, you're obviously going to be faster. Why even say dialogue where they're going to be like, where the hell are you going? Like, why bother?
Yagami-san, would you say that you tail people often?
I mean, it's a big part of the job.
Do you have any tips for avoiding the target's suspicion? I tend to get made fairly quickly when tailing.
What's an average high schooler tailing people for anyway?
I just can't help myself when I pick up a lead.
Kind of dangerous when you don't know your target, don't you think?
But in the end, isn't it worth it if I can prevent an incident?
No, not if it's something that puts your own life at risk.
I somehow hadn't considered that. That way?
Hey, Amasawa, how do you feel about your club advisor getting run over? Oh my god! You're going too fast. Gets hit by a bus. What do you care I go too fast for? You literally just fast travel. Well, now. Looks like y'all came into the wrong neighborhood.
Is that all you got? Ready to train your thing.
Well, that didn't take him out. I mean, you can imagine there's some kind of sync in that. That sucked ass. Damn it, fucked it up.
Here we go.
Stand up. Get up. Up.
Really, guys?
Now then, that was unnecessary, but why not? Another group spawned right there.
Anyway, I had no idea you had such a famous grandfather.
Are you surprised?
No. If anything, it's obvious that you're his granddaughter.
Well, now I'm feeling the pressure.
As a descendant of Kitan Amasawa, you should become the kind of detective that make him proud.
For that to be possible, I need to take on as many cases as possible to hone my instincts.
But what if you blundered into a case and ended up making a fool of yourself? Would that make Grandpa proud?
The more I hold back, though, the more curious I get. Once I've caught a whiff of a mystery, the Amasawa blood in me starts pumping.
It's quite a burden you wound up inheriting.
And why don't they just voice the whole thing themselves? Give me a break. Oh, Yagami-san, Amasawa-senpai.
Ah, you're Keaton Owazawa's sensei's grandchild, right?
It's a pleasure.
Yes, nice to meet you. I'm Kyoka Amasawa.
Domo.
Shimada. Mikio Shimada. My son's told me about you. Thank you for being such a good senpai to him. I must say, I'm surprised seeing you for the first time. You definitely have Amasawa blood in you. You're like a heroine ripped straight from one of his novels. I can already tell you're not just a nice face. You're smart as a whip too, aren't you?
Oh, really? Come on, Dad, cut it out.
Oh, my apologies. And, who is this with you?
Yagami.
I'm Takayuki Yagami, outside counsel for the Mystery Research Club. I'm primarily a detective in Kamurocho.
Ooh, a genuine detective. Now this just keeps getting better. The seasoned private eye trawling the seedy underbelly of the city with his wonderkind teen sidekick. Man, I already want to buy the whole series.
I'm really sorry about my dad. Let's head inside, huh? Look, I'll take this moment to take a quick drink. Anyway, ignore that. So, for the mystery in hand, may we see the unlucky cat statue?
Here.
Yes, of course. Here.
I was expecting you to play some music that went... Trying to make it out like it's scary. So, this is it.
I brought it to the tapping, well, the TV appraisal taping, not tapping, to a taping of that TV appraisal show a few days ago. They couldn't determine whether or not it belonged to Kitan Amazawa, though. But if it turns out to be the real deal, it's supposed to be worth 2 million yen.
What? 2 million?
I mean, considering his legacy, it's basically the holy grail to his fan base.
But still, 2 million?
Amasawa.
Do you think you could tell if it's actually your grandfather's Amasawa?
Please feel free to inspect it.
If that's the case, allow me.
Uh,
Oh, this deep red stain.
No way.
Is that from when your grandfather... No, it's from when I splashed ketchup on it, when I was little.
What?
Ketchup? Yeah, I'd been eating a hot dog in his study and got ketchup all over the room. Well, eating may not be accurate, more like swinging it around like a sword. I was really into this historical drama at the time, and my grandfather and I watched it together. Sounds like you were quite a little hellion as a kid.
that being said,
But this stain, I don't know if anything else can make it clearer to me that this is my grandfather's statue. Ooh, I knew it. We can get millions for this? Seriously? Wow, talk about the score of a lifetime.
excuse me.
Sorry if this question comes across a bit strange, sir, but I must ask, does this statue ever make noise? Maybe like a meow?
Does my cat statue meow? What makes you ask?
Well,
The thing is, on the night of my grandfather died, 7 years ago, I heard it. This cat, it meowed at me.
Are you serious?
Amasawa, is this the supernatural phenomenon you referred to before?
yes.
Hey,
Could you give us some more details? Sorry, I know this must be hard. No, I understand. We have to do it for the case. This is the first time I've seen Amasawa like this.
Amasawa.
You said your grandfather's death was ruled an accident. Was there even a slight chance that it was actually a crime?
Yes.
The police came and checked the scene, but they said they couldn't find anything suspicious. Besides, it happened in a locked room. Not only was the door to the study inaccessible, but the crescent locks and all the windows were still secure. A locked room death. A cursed statue. This is sounding more and more like one of Kitana Masawa's books. What's a crescent lock? The most common kind of window lock in homes. For a reason, they get the job done. I doubt the windows were a point of entry for anyone that night. Oh, okay. Since the police didn't see any signs of a break-in, or even a struggle, they really had no recourse but to rule the death an accident. So, it's doubtful this was a burglary gone wrong. afterwards, the unlucky cat creeped out the whole family enough that my grandmother pawned it off. Unsurprisingly, the family lost track of the statue after that, so I never expected to see it again like this.
Amasawa,
So, you're saying you definitely heard the meow of a cat on the night your grandfather died?
Yes.
I have no doubt. I believe it was around 1:30 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night to get a glass of water and passed by my grandfather's study. That was when I heard a meowing sound come from the room. Did your grandparents have a pet cat, or maybe it was a stray outside the window? No, they didn't have any cats, and I definitely would have known if a stray had gotten in. With Ronco in the yard, no cats could have gotten by without him barking up a storm, and I distinctly remember the sound being loud enough to come from the room, not from outside the house.
seriously?
Creepy.
Well,
What's even creepier is, I can remember my grandfather telling me more than once, when that cat cries, misfortune comes calling.
What was that?
What? I was given strict orders to never even approach the study if I ever heard a cat meowing in there. That's why, once I heard that cat, I ran back to my room and hid, terrified. The next day, my grandfather was...
Must have been so hard.
If I had just been brave enough to go in the room instead of running, I could have... Maybe I could have prevented my grandfather from dying. 7 years ago, you were only about 11, right? Don't blame yourself for being scared. A truly artful detective can solve incidents before they even occur. I wonder if her grandfather's own incident has anything to do with Almasama taking this so seriously. Shimada-san, thank you for going out of your way to help us today.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. Did you find any clues? Maybe even a new weed now?
Unfortunately, I'm not so sure.
Hmm?
Look out! I didn't know it was gonna be that serious. What the hell?
What the? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I guess it wasn't secured all the way.
can't be.
What's that? Was it the unlucky cat?
Unbelievable.
No way. Dad, please. What's it gonna take for you to get rid of the statue?
Even I'm starting to get freaked out by this.
Man, I could have done more with that. Look out. I didn't know it was gonna get that serious.
Well, we should get home. Thanks again for today.
Excuse me.
Actually, sir,
Yes?
Please and thank you.
would you mind leaving the statue with us for a while?
What? Leave it with you.
Yes.
Until we can debunk the curse.
But aren't you worried? The curse is starting to look like a pretty real deal to me.
My grandfather once said curses only bite their believers.
Did he now?
Yes. He also said you must never succumb to the marvel of a mystery. You must keep your wits about you. Despite my age, he imparted his philosophy of mystery solving to me before his death, and I hold the truths he shared with me in the highest regard. As Keaton Amasawa's grandchild, I cannot hold back down to these strange events and turn away from a genuine mystery. I refuse to believe in the curse. Therefore, it will have no effect on my pursuit of the truth.
But still.
Not only that, this is a mystery that needs solving by an Amasawa.
Oh, Amasawa-san.
When I heard that meow 7 years ago, I ran from the truth, and the result was absolutely horrible. I'll never make the same mistake again.
Okay. If that is the case, I'll leave it with you. Please, find a way to break this curse before something bad happens again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me.
By the way, I heard that you bought the statue from a friend who runs a secondhand shop. Which one would that be?
Ibushi Pawn in Ijincho.
Ibushi Pond. Got it. I'll go speak with him now. Thanks again. Amasawa's really into this case. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Considering, well, I should step up my advising efforts for her on this one.
Coming with you.
I mean, yes, you will. So, down to Ibushi Pond, right? Well, that's... Oh, no, wait. We have an Ibushi Pond here. The actual Ibushi Pond. Alright, I'll make my way there.
'Cause every night I will sing your